tell me what this is all about?
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left, 'cause I've been blasting and laughing so long.
Welcome back to the show. Happy Friday, Stewies. Yeah, happy Friday. Fantastic, freaky, funny football Friday. Thank you for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. It's today's date, January 13th, 2017. So I saw somebody say in the chat room, before we get to this football here. So somebody said in the chat room that, Doug, how dare you forget Shonda Rhimes' birthday? I didn't forget Shonda Rhimes' birthday. I don't know who the hell Shonda Rhimes is. The name sounds familiar. The name sounds familiar. Let me see if I can look her up real quick here. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. We only talk about birthdays that I know the person's name and I kind of know their work and what they do. Shonda Rhimes. So Shonda Lynn Rhimes is an American television producer, screenwriter, and author. She is best known as creator, head writer, executive producer, and showrunner of the television medical drama Grey's Anatomy. I don't watch that show. Private Practice. Never seen an episode of that either. And the political thriller series Scandal. I've never seen one episode of Scandal either. How the hell would I know Shonda Rhimes? What? I'm sorry. All of which have aired on ABC. Rhimes has also served as executive producer of the ABC television series Off the Map. Haven't seen that either. How to Get Away with Murder. I watched an episode of that, but I don't think she's starting the damn show, so how would I know her? And The Catch. So she's attributed to producing or directing or whatever, like 8 TV shows, none of which I watched ever in my life. But happy birthday, Shonda Rhimes. I'm sorry. What? I was supposed to know who Shonda Rhimes is? I'm sorry, I don't. The NFL this weekend, game number 1 on Sunday, 1:05 p.m. kickoff. This is going to be a good one as well, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers on the road, Arrowhead Stadium, taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. The revenge table is turned around the Steelers as they travel to Arrowhead Stadium to play the Chiefs in an AFC divisional round game. The Chiefs, earlier, the weather forecasts are calling for rain and cold temperatures in Kansas City. It's not going to be ideal conditions, but they're from Pittsburgh. They play in Pittsburgh. Shouldn't be a big deal to the Steelers. Odds makers have listed the home team as a 1-point favorite. I'll talk about that in a second and what I think about this game. In the first days of October, the Chiefs traveled to Pittsburgh and got hammered by the Steelers, losing 43-14 in a Sunday night game. Here's a quote from Le'Veon Bell. "We have to understand that the same passion and dedication that we put in to beat Miami this past week, that's how Kansas City is going to try to beat us," said Le'Veon Bell. Pittsburgh is riding an 8-game winning streak in an AFC North title with more than just Bell. Okay, wide receiver Antonio Brown was among the league leaders in catches with 106, receiving yards with 1,248, and touchdown receptions with 12 for the 4th consecutive year. Man, that boy is a baller. Love me some Antonio Brown. I love the little Madden commercial he got out now, too. This is a funny dude. I like Antonio Brown, man. I like Antonio Brown. The Chiefs can test the Pittsburgh defense with big plays from Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce. Here's a quote as well. "We don't care about the nameless gray faces we're playing right now." This is from the head coach Mike Tomlin, who has a 7-5 mark in the playoffs. "This is man versus himself. We're trying to do what's required to win." Mike Tomlin might be the best coach speak guy ever in the history of the NFL. He talks coach talk better than anybody else. Listen to this. This is man versus himself. We're trying to do what's required to win. We're not trying to settle vendettas or things of that nature. What happened during the regular season is of little importance. What is important is that you do enough to get out of these stadiums and advance. And my name is Mike Tomlin. I added that on at the end. Funny. Very, very funny. Once again, in this game, Vegas has the Kansas City Chiefs as a 1-point favorite. Basically, it's a pick'em game because it's at home for Kansas City. Well, actually, technically, without the home field advantage, Pittsburgh would probably be a 2-point favorite in this thing, 2-3-point favorite. Man, give me the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. They're playing too good of football right now. Give me Pittsburgh +1 to beat the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. So there you have it. I got Pittsburgh -1. And I got the Falcons. We're going to keep track of this. And I also got the Falcons -5.5. I think that was the number that we had for the Falcons earlier, 5.5. And then I also had, what was the other game that I already talked about? Houston. Give me the New England Patriots -16. Or I'm looking at 15.5 right here, -15.5. All right, so I don't know what lines you're looking at, but those are the numbers that I'm basing my picks off of. All right, give me New England -15.5. Give me the Pittsburgh Steelers -1 or +1. Pittsburgh is getting 1, and the Falcons -5.5. I think the Falcons are going to win by 10 points or more. It might even be more than that. And the last game of the weekend, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, is the Green Bay Packers taking on the Dallas Cowboys at Jerry's World. 4:40 p.m. kickoff on Fox. Aaron Rodgers is hot as fish grease. The man has been playing out of his mind recently. Dak Prescott is doing great. Nothing bothers this young rookie, man. Very composed, being a first-year quarterback in the NFL. Prescott looks to lead the Dallas Cowboys to his first Super Bowl appearance in 21 years. They almost as bad as the New York Knicks. Dallas hadn't been to a Super Bowl in 21 years. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. But they're going to have the opportunity to advance this weekend as they take on the Packers. Once again, the divisional round at 4:40 p.m. kickoff on Fox. Dallas went 13-3, earned the number 1 seed in the NFC behind Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott, who led the league in rushing with 1,631 yards during the regular season. Aaron Rodgers guided the Packers to 6 straight wins to conclude the regular season and then helped fuel last Sunday's 38-13 thrashing of the New York Giants in the wild card round, destroyed Vern's New York Giants. Aaron Rodgers has been just phenomenal, firing 18 touchdown passes with a single interception over the last 7 games. And oh yeah, he's got a ring already. He won it in Dallas when the Packers knocked off the Pittsburgh Steelers at AT&T Stadium in the Super Bowl in 2010 regular season. Rodgers could be without his top target in Jordy Nelson. I didn't talk about that Jordy Nelson hit, man, from this past weekend by Leon Hall. That hit that Leon Hall made on Jordy Nelson, man, that's an old school hit. That's an old school, like, beautiful tackle. Now, he used his helmet, it looks like, and put it in dude's side. And I thought maybe he had a ruptured spleen or something like that, but it was just a perfect hit. I don't think that was a bad hit. He grew up playing football, a lot like we did grow up playing football. And you use your face, your face mask. And that's exactly what he did. I didn't talk about that hit, but it was very, very violent, man. So Jordy Nelson may not even play in this game this weekend, but it doesn't matter. They got Randall Cobb, man. Randall Cobb balling out of control, 60 catches for 610 yards. He had 3 touchdowns last week against the Dallas Cowboys. Green Bay has scored 30 more points in each of the past 5 games. And the Cowboys, they got the firepower to kind of match it. The Cowboys had 3 players with 50 or more receptions this year. Cole Beasley, 75. Jason Witten, 69. And Dez Bryant had 50 catches this year as well. Sunday's contest marks the 8th time that the Cowboys and Packers have met in the postseason. Dallas holds a 4-3 edge. The Dallas Cowboys taking on the Green Bay Packers in Jerry's World. The line that I'm looking at is Dallas minus 4.5. This is the hardest one to pick out of all of these damn games. And I'm going to be honest with you, I hope that I'm wrong about this. I just decided where I'm going to go in this. I just decided it just now because I've been really going back and forth for the last couple of days on this game. I hope I'm wrong. I want to see this young kid, this quarterback Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott win. But nah, I don't think it's going to happen, man. At some point, just like it came into play in this national championship game this past week with a young freshman quarterback for the Alabama Crimson Tide, and I've been saying this all year, and they've only got, 3 losses, that at some point Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott are going to be rookies. I think it might be this weekend. Aaron Rodgers, once again, is hot as fish grease. Give me the Green Bay Packers this weekend plus 4.5 points. I don't really need the points. Give me Green Bay to win outright. Give me Green Bay to win outright. Green Bay wins this game this weekend. Next week, they come to ATL in the NFC Championship game to take on the Atlanta Falcons. So there you have it. Those are my predictions. Once again, I am 47-1 in my picks over the last 12 months. Falcons minus 5.5. Steelers plus 1. Patriots minus 15.5.